Hello Pokemon fans, this is Pro Pokenoob back today to bring you another battle. Yes, I am back. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that anymore because I've been back for about 6 or 7 times now. Been back more than famous celebrities that just go to rehab. I don't know, but I am back again, and I've actually found some time to record. My schedule's kind of been screwed up, so you know, it's been a little difficult for me to try and find time, but I have found time. Couple of things though before I get into this battle. I'm going to leave a couple of links. One's going to be in the screen, the other one's going to be in the description below. It's going to be for an uploader by the name of Hidden Power Normal. I would like you guys to go take a look at him. He's a fantastic battler. He recently had a PMP beta battle uploaded on the channel, and I haven't been watching PMP beta lately because I haven't. Because, you know, I haven't just been very attracted to the, or appealed to the, uploaders that have been on there lately, but I saw his name and I went to go check him out, and he's been a good friend of mine for a while now, one of my first subscribers as well, so he's a great guy, and I think the more viewers and the more comments and support that he could get, the more he would upload, as far as I would understand, and it would make him more competent. So if you guys could go give him a check out, sub if you like him and stuff like that, that'd be great. But other than that, today we have a standard RU match against a person by the name of Beerbelly. This is a little bit of an older match when I was using this RU team. You guys are pretty much familiar with it, with the Whirlipede and the Shelgon, just the walling stuff with the Toxic Spikes. Looking at my opponent's team, he has 5 5th Gen Pokemon and a Golbat, and it's kind of funny because this battle is going to be centered around that Golbat being a pain in the arse, because if you guys do not know, Golbat with Eviolite is a very powerful physical wall. So, if you're looking for a wall, use that thing. But, in the ways it leads, Kabutops is still my specially defensive Focus Sash lead, so I'm going to lead off with Kabutops, and now I will see you at the battle. So, one more thing. I remember I said there was a couple of things I need to talk to you about, and it's a very quick thing. I am going to have a Poke Fight Club upload coming up sometime. I don't know, we had a little bit of confusion. I missed my day, and then they were trying to get me to fill in for a day. And then that got messed up because I couldn't access the account. So I will leave a link in this video as well to that Poke Fight Club battle. So you guys have tons of things to go look at today. But anyways, like I said, I'm going to lead off with Kabutops. He's actually going to decide to lead off with his Scolipede, which tells me that's most likely that lead Scolipede that I was expecting with spikes, Toxic Spikes, anything like that. He's going to go straight for the Earthquake just to get damage off on my Kabutops, thinking that it's going to be one of my sweepers. Kind of isn't. I remember it's the Stealth Rock, Waterfall, Swords Dance, Rapid Spinning one. I'm just going to set up the rocks at this point, bring in my Gramble, try and get his Toxic Orb set up safely. He's actually going to go for the Toxic Spikes. Now, if I had known this, I would have probably preferred to come in on the Poison. Actually, no, I'd rather have Toxic because it's less residual damage, and I have the Sleep Talk. This is the Rest Talking one that I used to use, just to have the continuous Quick Feet. But as you can see, even with Quick Feet, Scolipede is going to outspeed me, so I'm guessing it is going to have some form of offense with it, and he actually is going to go for the Mega Horn here, telling me that he most likely just has the Toxic Spikes. Otherwise, he would have just kept setting up spikes, and would have just foddered off his Scolipede. But I'm going to be able to take out the Scolipede now, and I am going to get pretty hurt, so I am going to attempt to go for the rest on next turn as he brings the Golbat. But here's one mistake that happens. I made a misclick, and I hit Sleep Talk by accident. I was just kind of, I looked up quickly. I remember this. I looked up quickly, and I hit Sleep Talk, and I'm like, wait a minute, I'm not asleep yet, and I'm going to lose my Bully. Now, this might matter later on because having an extra Pokemon in the future might be extremely useful. But anyways, I'm going to bring in my Whirlipede now, pretty much figuring I can probably take anything this guy's going to go for. And I also wanted to get rid of the Toxic Spikes first and foremost. If Whirlipede was going to die, as long as the Toxic Spikes were gone, since the Scolipede is dead, that's all that mattered to me. And especially since I don't want my Spinner coming in and getting Toxic himself. But anyways, I'm going to set up my own layer of Toxic Spikes because Poison Flying will not remove Toxic Spikes coming in, because it's technically not making contact. Shelgon's going to come in, take the Brave Bird very nicely. But then he surprises me with Toxic. Makes sense if he's going to have some form of coverage. But it makes me think that his 4th move, I don't know what it is yet, but if I had a Steel type, it would have been really nice to get this thing on. But I'm just going to go for the Wishes. He actually goes for the Roost. Now I'm going to go for the Fire Blast, more or less just trying to get a burn on this thing, because a burn on Golbat would be fantastic, since it's Brave Bird doing absolutely nothing. But of course I'm going to miss, so I don't even have a chance there. 0% chance of burning. It's a big deal. But anyways, he's going to go for the taunt, revealing that his moveset is Roost, Taunt, Toxic, and Brave Bird. So yes, a Steel type would be very nice against this Golbat. I know some Golbats like to run Super Fang, so do Crobats, but that's not happening right now. Anyways, I'm going to go into Rotom Cut, because I know if he goes for the Brave Bird or the Toxic, both are acceptable. As you see, the Brave Bird doesn't do too much to me, but here I know he's probably expecting the Electric move for the Golbat, so I'm going to predict the Seismitoad switching, go for the Leaf Storm, and this Seismitoad's not even going to be able to do anything to me. I have no idea what it had, whether it was a Rain Dance, Sweeper, Choice it anyway. Doesn't matter to me, Seismitoad is gone. That will help me a little bit later on, because that was kind of scaring me. His whole team scares me right now. But now he's going to bring in the Archeops. I figured I might as well go for the -2 shot on this, try and get him Defeatist, but he turns out to be faster, and I'm Scarfed, so I'm thinking that he's Scarfed as well at this point. So, I read his Seismitoad switching, but I didn't read that Archeops being Scarfed, as he switches into Whimsicott, sorry. And, you know, Poison on this, as long as it has residual damage, I don't care. Now I'm going to set in my Unburdened Hitmonlee, not going to set it up yet, because I figured I'm not going to be able to sweep at this point, need to get some more Pokemon on his team dead, so I'm actually just going to go for the close combat, try and get this Whimsicott as low as I can, and then bring in an appropriate counter, try and deal with it, which I believe is going to be, I forget. Let's just wait for the screen, might as well. But he goes for Leaf Seed, and I go into Shelgon, right. Now here's a weird play. He goes for the Substitute. Now I'm going to explain why he went for that. What he was expecting was for me to stay in, try and break him down, try and kill off his Whimsicott, and he was going to get the Leech Seed recovery back so he'd be able to live the Toxic, or the Poison damage. But because I switched out, the Poison damage is actually going to take him out. So, kind of a weird play, but you know what? It made sense. Now, this makes me also sound weird because I can't remember whether or not Poison goes before Leech Seed. But not the point. The point is Cofagrigus comes in, tries to sets up a Calm Mind. Wow, my allergies are killing me, and I'm just so tired. Anyways, he's Poison. I pretty much figure he's either going to keep setting up, or he's going to try and get rid of the Poison with a Sleep, or with the Rest. I need Sleep. So he's actually going to go for the Rest as I go into Kabutops. Fantastic Wish is going to go on to Kabutops. I am specially defensive as well, so his +1 Shadow Balls or any other move he's going to go for is not going to do too much to me. But because he is asleep, I'm going to go for the Swords Dance, see if he's a Rest Talking set with Calm Mind and Shadow Ball. He's not, because he doesn't reveal Sleep Talk. So I'm going to go for the +4, knowing that he's not going to be able to do anything to me. But this thing is definitely physically defensive, because I'm going to go for a +4 Waterfall. Now, I know I don't have any attack investment, but Kabutops doesn't have terrible attack. And it is Stab, and it only does 60%, so he definitely has some investment, and if I had some investment, probably would help me out a little bit more. But nonetheless, it is going to be a 2-hit KO as I get the Mummy ability. Not too big of a deal, because I do have Shell Armor. It's not going to be, you know, I'm going to be out of here eventually anyways. So his Cofagrigus is going to be taken down, but now he is going to send in his Archeops, which is a big threat. It is Scarfed, and I don't have the Aqua Jet at this point, so I'm just going to let him take me out. He's going to go for the Earthquake, which is not a big deal, because now what I can do is bring in my Hitmonlee to go for the Unburdened Fake Out, the Unburdened Normal Gem Fake Out, there we go, and it's going to allow me to be faster than this Archeops and take it out next turn. Now here, originally I thought this was a bad play, because I am going to go for the close combat, because I just wanted to make sure that I hit this thing no matter what. But what I thought was maybe the -1 defense would allow this Golbat to come in and take me out. Turns out that even with the 28 EVs that I have invested in HP, because I made this thing just to specifically outspeed a timid Alakazam, not even caring about... No, I probably can outspeed Excelgor. I think it's a Ninjask or something like that I can outspeed. But even with the investment that I have, which is not a big investment, this thing can OHKO me with no attack investment. So Golbat's going to be brought really low, and I'm hoping that my Shelgon can come in and outspeed. But alas, Golbat is faster. He's going to be able to go for the Roost. Now my only chance here is to just keep Wish Stalling and try and get a burn on him with Fire Blasts. I believe I have 7 more here, so obviously the odds are going to be a little bit down. Now if you remember that I had my Gramble, might have made a little bit of a difference here. Even though he is physically defensive, I do have the ability to go for Rest if he kept going for Toxic. So I could have stalled him out with that, and he would have to keep going for Brave Birds and keep cycling between hitting me, poisoning me, and roosting up. So that misclick that I made at that time could have mattered in this battle. I'm going to say it was, because I didn't need Gramble for any of his other Pokemon. Yeah, because any of the other Pokemon that he had, I couldn't really touch it with Gramble, so it probably did matter. But you know what? That was an excellent match nonetheless. He's basically, Beer Belly's just going to basically sweep me with this Golbat, which is not really a big sweep, but I mean, I have nothing to counter it. But that was an excellent match, Beer Belly. Comment, rate, and subscribe, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this battle. I will try and bring more uploads for you. I know you guys like a few of you, yeah, like me, no one's made a big deal, but I do know people are waiting for uploads. So what I've decided to do is, since I'm not finding many good battles on PO because PO tiers are killing me, and I'm still trying to figure out showdown replays and stuff like that, I'm gonna go to the U-Tourneys again. So I am gonna be coming back with Professor Croak's Harry Potter tournament, and bring you a couple of those battles. And also, I did lose in round 1 of Herpy Derpy's Mono Color Tournament, so that will be coming immediately after. And it wasn't because I suck, it's because I got a little bit hacked out. But you know what? I made a new friend, and you're definitely going to see him. He also thought of uploading. But nonetheless, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Until then, peace.